Right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Invent Academy. My name is Nina, and this will be a continuation of the previous tutorial showing you how to apply the concepts we learned last video. Today, we'll be learning about placing objects, grouping objects, and adding holes to objects. First, I'll be starting a new project, and I'll name it TinkerCAD Tutorial Part 2. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to place down a cube here. Recall that we can edit the shape of objects using the squares along the edges of the cube. So I can drag this corner to change its size, and this can help change its height. Okay. So let's say we wanted to add another block onto this one, but have them connect. I can drag another cube into the work plane and edit its shape if I want. So let's make this one taller. Awesome. So now I can drag it so it's overlapping with the other cube. So now I can connect these two blocks by highlighting them and selecting the group button at the top of the screen. Now you can see that the two blocks can be moved together and edited together. Awesome. But let's say that I made a mistake and I wanted the second cube to be taller. So I can select the two and click the ungroup button at the top of the screen to ungroup them. Now I can move the blocks individually again, and let's make this one even taller. Now if I wanted to regroup them, I can place them back how we were before, highlight them, and hit the group button again. So now let's say we wanted to build a house. I'm going to delete this object by hitting the delete key, and let's start again. So I'm going to place one block down to be one of the main rooms. Let's adjust it. And now I'm going to place another block down to be a slightly smaller room. I'm going to align these so that they match up in the back. And this one's going to be a little bit smaller. Perfect. Let's group these two together, once again by highlighting them and then hitting the group button. Now, let's place a roof on the building. I'm going to come over here and grab one of the roofs. Now I'm going to align it so that it's in line with the top of the building. That looks good. And now I'm going to drag it so it goes over the top. Now I'm going to resize it so that it fits to the building. I think that I need to move this up just a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. Now let's put a second roof onto the shorter room. This time I'm going to use the wedge. I'm going to place this down and rotate it 90 degrees. Awesome. Now I'm going to align it again. There we go. And place it on top and adjust it so it's the right size. I'm going to have this overlapping a bit over here. Now I'm going to go and make it slightly less steep. Perfect. Let's make this a little bit higher. Looks good to me. So now we're going to highlight all of the shapes and click the group button. Notice that once they became one object, they all changed to be the same color. TinkerCAD does this so that if you have an object, it is consistent in color. Perfect, so that looks like a pretty good house to me. Now let's say we wanted to build a fence around it. We want it to be like a square ring, but we don't see that that's like any of the objects in here. So we're going to make it ourselves. So first we're going to place a block down in the workplace, like this. And let's make it so that it isn't as tall as the house. So let's shrink it down a bit. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to want to cut a hole in the center of it. So we're going to take this, we're going to go back over here to the shapes and grab one of these ones with stripes through it. So these blocks are special as they can, like when grouped with regular blocks, because they can create holes in them. So I'm going to line this up so we create a smaller ring using the 2. That looks good to me. Right? So now I'm going to highlight the 2 and hit the group button. Now you can see the striped box isn't there anymore, and now there's just a hole in the first box. So now we can drag this to the position that we want, and let's make a box around the house like a fence. Perfect. Let's change its color to, let's say, white, like a white fence. Awesome. But now we need somewhere for the people to walk up to the house, right? Because now it's totally blocked by the fences. So let's place another hole in the fence. Let's grab the hole box, place it down, make sure it's aligned how we want. And once again, we can select it, the fence and this, and hit the group button. Now we're all done, and we have a house with a fence and a gateway cut open. So now you guys know how to group objects, ungroup objects, and place holes in objects. I encourage you all to continue learning about TinkerCAD and playing around with its different features. Once again, my name is Nina, and thank you so much for watching this tutorial. We'll see you guys next time in the next tutorial.